The attack seems to be over. Everyone okay?
I think I saw my uncle out there.
If you need material for bandages, I have some. I'll even give you a good price. Wish I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat.
It's him. I don't want it to be him.
We can go check.
Oh, he's safe in here. Will the dream throws bring
Everything is going up in price. It's getting harder and harder to survive here. This plague needs to end soon. I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk? Needs fabric. We still have stock. Be nice if we had guns like that.
Let me know if you need something. Best weapons this side of Abidan's forge. Ismolt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the Highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree, whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
Don't tell me you're out of linen. We need to make bandages.
If you need skates, we got things for you to kill.
I don't know what you expect me to do. I can't... What am I supposed to do? Do you want everyone to bleed out?
Does it even matter? There are always more injured and dying than there are supplies. It's hopeless.
There's gotta be a better way.
Ah, hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tiranui help? We just keep the peace in and around town.
They used to break up tavern brawls and heated quarrels. Now you're, what, supervising everyone who's guarding the walls?
We're just a bit overwhelmed right now. Apparently, some here think I'm not doing enough. I'd like to see them try. Okay, well, don't do it again unless you got something to show me. Let me know when you've taken it. I've heard of throwing rock. Enjoy skeleton. It'll be good to have just a little less crime around here. Put him out of his misery, will you?
You there! The woman... Hello, friend! Has anyone mentioned you look especially fungal today? Really, it's radiant. I've got a bit of a personal matter, and I'd appreciate some help. Ah, a kind and helpful soul comes to my aid. Long story short, my friend, I ordered some goods, something I'd rather stay private. Embarrassing, you know. So, I'm quite desperate for a friendly and discreet courier. Oh, you know, I'm just an intensely private person. My supplier has sequestered himself somewhere with my package. To find him, I'd have to follow the path. They communicate through graffiti, if you can believe it. I've not been able to find any of it, though. Maybe you'll have better luck. What? No! That's crazy! You're so crazy. We certainly don't need to tell Hajime about our crazy ideas either. Ah, good. Thank you. Well, looks like you best be off. Be sure to get there and back quick as you can. I'll be here waiting. Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
You hungry? The attack sounded terrible. I could hear the fight from in here. It's getting harder and harder to pretend everything's all right. That's what they say. But every day they're trying to find fresh recruits to make up for their losses. Anyway, can I get you anything? Need your energy up in this day and age. You hungry? I might be able to help.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
Another day, another...
My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days. Ah, noble in mission and spirit both. Truly the Emperor chose his envoy well. I envy you to have met him. I fear he never made it down to the port. Not while I was there.
He's practically an Adiran citizen.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on parade. And now you are relegated to the fringes of the Empire, like me. Ah, my maundering. Forgive me, envoy. This land takes its toll on my mind and spirit both. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Tawe, Koa, Ranga, they saw Adir with me, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Maybe the barkeep should cut him off.
I am drunk on memory only, and perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table, to share one last drink and part as friends. You would do that? Venture out into the wastes to look for them? I knew the moment I saw you, you were a paragon of your people. If anyone could convince Tawe, Koa, and Ranga to share one last drink with me, it's you. Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Tawe. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix. Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul. She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms. Of course, you have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, Envoy, and in all your labors to come.
If you're going out to the Highlands, watch your back. They're dangerous. Welcome to the Dead Swordfish. I wondered when I'd see you around here. What can I do for you? Are you kidding? After what you did at the gates? Anybody who's anybody comes through my tavern. Just a matter of when. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? That's an understatement. You want to hawk wares, you come to Thirdborn. Legitimate, or, well, Nothing like Paradise, of course. But people here are a little more forgiving than the Adirans. Oh, no offense. You're not shy about your opinions, are you? You're practically local. Actually, I've been waiting for a few barrels of mead to come through. My supplier, Falkeen, has been sitting on it. Some Adiran oomph should change his mind. I'd be happy to reward you if you don't mind talking to him. Now, did you want something, or are you just here to see me? Oh, maybe I should hire a bard. Better than off-key shanties all day.
Fish! Get your fish!
An entire settlement in flames? And they stole your research? Yes.
And I'm going to get it back.
Let it go, Yatsley. They'll kill you.
They can certainly try.
Oh, gods. And Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why she's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. Horseshit. You're under Ludwig's thumb.
I know you're upset, Timothy, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know, if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill her myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. To head sharpshooter first class of Shatterscarp to Mirti Kaiwa III. Ludwig wants the ruins of Naku Kubel, or will suffer the Steel Garot's wrath. Just like Fior Messiverno. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn thing about it.
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a marvel. They're irreplaceable.
I know, Yatsley. If we give them an inch, the Adirans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender. Trust me, I am very aware of all those things. You might even say I've been fighting for those things. But there's one little problem. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringgrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
The Queen of Terror. She's a perfect match for a Death Guard. But why Naku Kubel specifically? The ruins have stood for centuries, and there are plenty of other places to look at dream thralls. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwig wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringgrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage. I didn't know they made adherents with such bravery. You never know what marvels you live to see. You're likely gonna die a very horrible death, but I pray Galawain will at least make it fast.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this, it'll make a great story.
When an Archmage like Ringgrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain. It's definitely practical, I'll give her that. Although, I wonder if it's because she likes giving trespassers nightmares. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But, if you want to find Ringgrim, head east of here, go past the Pargrunen ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yahtzee, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerity. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yahtzee, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an archmage, after all.
Thank goodness we have Yahtzee. Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
Godlike! Winds above! You're really here! I knew I had to find you as soon as I heard you were in Thirdborn.
Chico? When did you get so tall? I almost didn't recognize you.
Kai! You're here too? Now I know Thirdborn is in good hands. We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge. It's worse every day. One of our neighbors wasn't himself, and we can't afford to lose anyone. We need people who will fight back. People like Kai, and my uncle Capo.
Me? You don't know what you're saying. Believe me. But Capo, he's the real deal. That old salt's a monster slayer.
That Leviathan hanging over the market? That was his work. Exactly! Uncle Capo's the greatest warrior Thirdborn's ever seen. But, well, Thirdborn hasn't seen the Capo I know in a long time. I've tried everything to convince him to get out of the house. He may be old now, but we can still use his experience. If Thirdborn could see him up on those walls, they'd all follow him. I hate to impose, but would you pay him a visit? He lives on the northeast side of town. He's tired of hearing from me. Maybe one hero to another, you know?
Love, look, it's her.
Oh, and boy, over here. Who needs fabric? We still have stuff.
subtle. Next time, they ought to go for X marks the spot.
How do you feel about poetry?
Poetry? Why the hell are you asking me about poetry?
Do you like it? Tell me. Say a few lines of poetry. No, I don't.
Quiet as the depths.
Never had a chance.
Behind safe!
Careful, to the left!
That was a close one.
I still remember the first time I saw these dunes. In the heat haze, they looked just like waves.
Aye, aye.
Nicely done. Another soul for the wheel.
Next one's mine. Who's ready for more?
Listening to Yardsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Best chance we found so far, sure. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. You too. This place was bad enough before the Dream Scourge. Now it's downright hazardous. I remember what it was like to be blindly optimistic. I envy you. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. Then everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
Maybe you will, but what about poor Kai? Huh? What about him? Just keep your head and you'll be fine. Let me look out for the others. What do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
The Dream Scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the Dream Scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Try not to admire her too much. She is, after all, a monster. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsli. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatsli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Oh, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? She's a smart one, I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. I don't leave Emerald Stair often enough. With everything going on, there's been no time to explore. My city had to burn down before I could take a vacation. Sorry. I'm in a mood, if you couldn't tell. Only if you can stand the ramblings of a depressed bookworm. I used to think I had it all figured out. But the living lands proved me wrong in so many ways. This entire island is the prison of a mad god. How is one Animancer supposed to compete with that? All we're missing is the juggling act. Maybe I'm being melodramatic, or maybe I'm not used to seeing things clearly. But what if Animancy has no future in the living lands? What if my entire career was a mistake? Did I? After what happened to my parents, I always thought the path chose me. You're a good listener as always, but I've taken enough of your time. I'll be fine, really. I'm not the first Animancer to question her life choices, and I won't be the last. You too.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? Then you get it. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis, dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. Me too. Being back. It felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temeriti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? For a while, I suppose. Eventually, you need more. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You've been consistent. You brought Igwulf to Adir's justice, and the Steel Garrote's attack on Fjord went forward. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? It's good to know what you stand for. I envy that clarity sometimes. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rauataian naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive, and another debt I owe him. Knight, envoy.
What's that fragrance? What you wearing?
Ambergris, from the guts of a dead Leviathan.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the birdsong. The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Efforts paid in blood, they lie to the earth, to themselves. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Quiet as a soul.
Fear in the eyes! Face them in the dark! Move out there! Right!
I'm coming for Ludwig next.
Oh, I used to love stargazing up here. Camp on one of these buttes, and you've got a defensible position.
We've got company! Watch your right!
Ihaise! Ihaise!
Watch the left!
Everyone okay?
A fellow traveler. Nothing to peddle here. Sorry, got to be on my way. Wouldn't you be? Thirdborn has the Dream Scourge. Oh, terrible state of affairs. Nothing to be done for it. I tried to tell them my vapors would protect their minds from the change. They wouldn't listen.
Does your soul reside in your nose? No? Then you have your answer. This so-called merchant is a fraud.
Nonsense! My grandfather sailed the high seas for 30 years, and he saw ancient remedies that far surpass our modern ones. But it's no use. Thirdborn's past saving. Now, if you don't mind, I should really be going. The better question is why you're not running from a soul plague. And I'm far too pressed for time to ask it. Fair winds, traveler. Ingrates. Yours tonics and poultices for sale. It'll probably cure what ails you. cures, tonics, and poultices for sale. It'll probably cure what ails you.
That's what'll happen to everyone in Thirdborn if you don't stop this.
Here we go! Hey! Over here!
Couldn't have done it better. Come on!
Feeling good.
It'll help!
That's more like it!
Watch this!
Good shooting, Kai. finish this.
Nice!
We make a good squad.
This one's mine.